I said during this talk that people who live and work within a community have a right not to be displaced from that community. And that their economic status shouldn't have anything to do with that, right? And that the law should affirm and protect that right. John DiGiovanni said, and his wording here was humorous to me, "I don't think that I have any right to stay in Cambridge." That's a pretty hilarious response. Of course, he wouldn't assert the existence of a right like that because one, he doesn't need that right. His money will always protect him from displacement. And two, if such a right were ever recognized by law, it would significantly hinder his ability to make more money. To someone, thank you. To someone as wealthy as John DiGiovanni, the idea of being displaced from Cambridge is about as remote a possibility as his being struck by lightning. Probably far less likely. The looming threat of displacement that so many Canterburyans have learned to accept as a part of their daily lives is something that is so removed from his world that I doubt if he can even begin to comprehend its significance. What does a community consist of? Buildings and building owners? I think even John DiGiovanni would agree that it consists of people. If it consists of people, then how do you determine who gets and who does not get to be part of that community? It would seem that DiGiovanni's answer, and unfortunately this seems to be in harmony with the city and state legislation, regulation, and lack thereof, is how much can you pay? The upshot of this is that regular people who do the necessary labor to make a city an attractive and vibrant community can be unceremoniously kicked out when their remaining gets in the way of landlords' ability to capitalize on the very thing that those same regular people have created. What do landlords and developers contribute to a city? Nothing. They don't do any necessary labor. Their work seems to consist of making decisions about what kinds of businesses, housing, and hence, what kind of people should be in our city.
We want regulation and rent control!
I agree with that. We had rent control once, but a special interest group, landlord special interest group, got rid of that. Thanks very much, SPOA. So developers and landlords are, in short, a management class. Well, I have a word for this class. Your management sucks. We are here today to affirm that our days of sitting on the sideline and accepting gentrification and displacement as inevitable are over. We are the people of this city, and our voice in shaping this city by our sheer number should be louder and not softer than a few developers that seem to be mainly in charge of shaping it right now. We are proud to have two representatives speaking here today that are really fighting for the people, but in order for them to break through and do what they're trying to do, we, the people, need to be organized, to unite, and put pressure on city and state governments to respond to our needs and not just preserve the status quo with a social justice bow on it. We're here to fight, and we're here to stay.